On October 4th, 2018, at the Quantico Corporate Office Park, the TrustCom team demonstrated the integrated JBN solution. JBN stands for Joint Broadband Network. The JBN is the proposed new infrastructure for offensive and defensive cyber operations, robotics, the Internet of Things, C4I SR activities, and distance support. Their unclassified live demonstration featured capabilities that included a successful defense of real-world attacks on their network. Bowling Green supervisor Jeff Seeley, who also serves as a senior systems engineer on Dahlgren, facilitated the meeting and the attendance of 1st Congressional District Congressman Rob Whitman. During this segment of the meeting, Verizon, a TrustCom partner, lays out their critical component to the JBN, secure technologies for both private enterprise and national security interest.
Talk a little bit about this, because Rob, this really, in both the commercial and the military aspect, what Verizon has done, there's a lot of different Verizon business units.
Sure.
This business unit has actually come up with, as a small company, one of our problems is we now have to follow like NIST 179, which is killing us. The technology that they've got, we're talking today with them about how do you gang small businesses together so that they all can have this SDP network, have it locked down like it does, and lessen the burden on companies so that they're working on technology and spending money on technology and not trying to build an infrastructure for cyber that they can't afford and don't have the resources to divert that way instead of technology. And I talked to Randy for a while today. You want to talk a little bit about what that entails and how it came about?
Yeah, certainly. So in cyber today, zero trust networking is the new technology. So Cisco, Juniper, Palo Alto networks all have derived hardware variations of zero trust, which requires gateways and servers inside of the network to provide a zero trust environment, so we're trusting nobody at any particular time. What Verizon has done is taken the software-defined networking approach to zero trust and developed software-based solution that crosses any transport layer. So we don't care about private or public networks, either in the US or globally. We can deploy SDP in a software fashion across networks globally using different modalities. So fundamentally, SDP is a zero trust software-defined network architecture. It has a reverse authentication process. So today when an IP address or a person reaches out to a network, they're asking for access into the network. You do your credentialization and identity management, and you get access to the network, and that's where other attacks take place because bad guys can start leveraging the network and working horizontally across it. SDP reverses that authentication process by saying, I'm going to identify the IP address, and the administrator is going to reach out to that IP address. It's going to put it in quarantine. It's going to do the certification and authentication process over a control channel. And when it's a trusted device and known person, then it's going to give it access to a network resource at the application level. So we're segregating the network and we're partitioning at the application layer, so the user is not getting access to the network. The user is getting access to an application for a specific period of time. And then after that VPN tunnel, that software VPN tunnel collapses, those digital certificates vaporize and the session is closed and there's no forensic evidence that it ever took place. So technically I can buy a phone in Djibouti, off the shelf, load the application, get my IP address to a systems administrator here in the States. He can reach back and create that tunnel, and it's invisible over the internet. It's more powerful when we put it into a JBN architecture like this, because all of the network elements are fundamentally trusted. But there's a multitude of applications for SDP. Verizon launched it commercially in March of 2017 on the enterprise side. We're federating that right now, and we'll launch it on the federal government side here by the end of the year.
But it solves the small business issues that we all have with working with the federal, we're a non-traditional government contractor. The requirements that are being levied on all of us to be certified is hugely expensive. This technology, I think, could alleviate that burden. It's a little expensive now, but how do we gang together as organizations to come up with an organization with virtual machines that could then be used by those companies and be safeguarded in the cyber environment rather than spending, tens of thousands of dollars to do that.
Sure.
So, though this is a great military application, the commercial application to all the small businesses could be huge and would save, when you look at China's new aircraft and ships, they look miraculously like the US fleet. And they're going to small businesses like us and stealing the pieces from us
Sure.
that were unbeknownst to us.
Right.
This could solve that. So I think from that perspective, from a small business perspective, Verizon's application could be huge.
That's what we need, to be able to compartmentalize it, and like you said, have the operations or the application there be non-existent after the usage, is great. Doesn't allow others to understand, what's going on, how it's going on, and as you said, that's one of the elements of security there is, when you have access, you strictly regulate access within a very specific realm, and then make sure too, once it's done, it's done. When folks are gone, that, as you said, vaporizes.
That's correct, sir.